What gave you the desire to start a drone business?
I first wanted to start my drone business when I learned about how new the technology is and how just how versatile it can truly be. Nearly every industry is having drones used in some form or fashion. And by me starting my business and growing experience with flying these drones, I'm able to get a foothold in a lot of different industries that I'll be able to make possible career shifts to and full career paths.
When flying a drone, what equipment is used and how is it used?
Other than the drone and controller, the only other equipment I really use are landing pads. Make sure I have a good steady place to land the drone so I'm not landing in the grass or any shifting dirt. I also have cones to mark out where that landing pad area would be at. So in an instance where I'm at an event, I have it coned off so that way people know not to go in that area. And so I have a clear shot at landing the drone safely without having to deal with accidentally hitting anybody or anybody running into the drone. And also for events, I usually wear a high-vis vest, so that way people know that I'm working there. I'm not just standing around doing nothing or a suspicious person or anything like that. And just people know that that's where I'm at.
What does being a drone pilot entail and how does it affect the community around you?
I'd say my services and my flying drones affects the community around me because I'm helping people sell their homes and also to buy homes for because of my footage and video. Just help people get new beginnings, a new place, new house, and also for my roof inspections and roof assessments. I'll be able to give them more peace of mind knowing that when a storm does blow through, they have evidence to back up their claims.
Can being a drone pilot cause certain mental issues like stress, depression, or anxiety?
My personal experience, I haven't really experienced any of these things. The only times I get a little bit more stressed out is when I'm doing an filming event, and I'm making sure I'm not flying over crowds of people because that is against the law. Or when I'm doing a real estate job and a lot of the neighbors are coming up to me asking a lot of questions because they're skeptical about what the drone's used for, what I'm doing, and just what's going on with that.
What does your safety plan and pre or post flight checklist look like?
So my safety plan is in kind of a basic sense, don't hit anything. But I usually have a visual observer with me at all times, make sure that they are also watching the drone. So in case when I'm looking down my remote, filling with the settings of the camera, they're always watching the drone, making sure and let me know if anything's coming, any birds, any planes. Just making sure I'm not any close to any objects or people. As for pre-flight checklist, I always make sure my drone is in a tip-top shape, make sure the propellers are in good condition, the drone itself is in good condition, make sure the batteries are all charged. I also make sure there's no software updates, because that can be a real drag when I'm going at a job and have a 2-hour software update that needs to be completed. I also make sure I check for TFRs, any restrictions with airspace, and also for weather, for any storms or just how the wind is for those days I'm looking to fly at. And for post-op, I just reassess my drone, make sure there's no dents or anything, make sure everything's, again, good to go.
What are some challenges you had to overcome throughout your drone piloting career?
Biggest challenge I had to overcome was when I first getting my business started at the age 16. When I'm going to all these marketing meetings or even on Facebook posts, people just see this the kid has his drone, a little novelty thing. They don't really trust that the 16-year-old can do the job right or what they're envisioning or what I'm promising. So it took a while to break into the markets and to actually make connections and have people believe my services actually are quality and provide what they needed. Once they hired me the first time, all those doubts were put to rest, but it was still a bit of a challenge.
In what manner does your company utilize drones in its daily operations?
So here at Ace Drone Solutions, we do a lot of different services, depending on what our clients want. For instance, we do real estate photography where we fly our drones both outside and inside the house to get the best angles and shots showing the full property, the layout of the house inside and outside to make sure people have a full understanding of what they're buying. We also do roof assessments where I take photos before and after of a storm at a house before and after a major storm. So that way homeowners have proper evidence to support any insurance claims they need to make. And we also do different event filmings where we fly a drone pretty much constantly throughout the event, getting a lot of different footage from a lot of different angles to make sure that our clients and the event owners or runners have enough footage to market their events.
How would you characterize the level of intensity involved in operating drones?
I would say the level of intensity varies a lot between job to job and place to place. For instance, when you're out flying in an open field with next to no wind, it's very low intensity. You don't have to worry about a whole lot of stuff. On the other hand, when you're at a place where there's a lot of trees or a lot of power lines in the area or the other obstacles and the wind's picking up a little more, it becomes a little more strenuous and a little more intense, a lot more other things to manage and be aware of. So it really depends greatly depending on day to day, job to job, and weather to weather.
If a young child were inquiring about the operation of drones for the first time, what advice or information would you provide to them?
I would tell them to practice, practice, practice. Always make sure you know exactly what you're going to do before you do it. And this also helps you respond to situations that you won't exactly expected for a certain job. For instance, let's say you're flying around doing an inspection or a real estate photography gig, and suddenly your drone's not connected to the remote anymore. You want to have prep for the situation and any other situations like it, so that way you're not panicking what to do. You know exactly what to do. And these instances like this, you don't rise to the occasion, but you fall back to your highest level of preparation. So prep, practice, practice, practice to ensure you know exactly what to do when the time comes.
What made you want to become a pilot?
My interest in drones began when me and my dad went to go help out family recover after Hurricane Laura. And we saw a lot of different drones doing a lot of different things, such as checking where trees had fallen, seeing where power lines had been broken, and just seeing how badly houses were damaged. And we saw them all across the area we were helping recover and doing all these different things. It really just lit a fire in me about how these drones could be used in different ways, and that's when my interest really began.
What made you want to become a pilot?
My interest in drones began when me and my dad went to go help out family recover after Hurricane Laura. And we saw a lot of different drones doing a lot of different things, such as checking where trees had fallen, seeing where power lines had been broken, and just seeing how badly houses were damaged. And we saw them all across the area we were helping recover and doing all these different things. It really just lit a fire in me about how these drones could be used in different ways, and that's when my interest really began.